Hey everyone. If you don't follow my Instagram, then you wouldn't have seen a post I shared this week about my U.S. residency, my green card. As of what date is it today? As of yesterday, I think, the day before, I lost my green card. In the US, I worked for 4 years. I put 4 years into getting that thing. I lived in the States. I spent a crap ton of money on immigration attorneys. Finally got it. I was actually a few months out from becoming an American citizen. And this whole COVID thing, I guess everyone I've spoken to is suffering from this thing in one way or another. Like, some people are really copping it in terms of losing their careers, obviously getting sick, or in my case, I've lost something that I worked hard for and spent a lot of money on. And this year's been a real bummer for me. I thought today I'd just do a video update, like a personal update, and just tell you how I'm flying, how I'm traveling. So literally, not literally traveling, like literally unable to travel. So lost that, and because I've been out of the States now for over 12 months, I don't think there's any way I can get that back. So we're living in Australia now until all this shit is over. It's really been so how this happened was, like, we were supposed to go back to America like at around New Year, and then like the COVID thing, actually before the COVID thing started, we had to push the flights back again, and then we actually did it twice. We pushed it back twice, and then on the last time, for other reasons, for non-COVID related reasons. And then the last time, we had our suitcases packed, we were in the car, we were driving to the airport, and the weirdest thing happened. Like, I pulled over the car, like we were halfway to the airport, and I said to my wife, I said, I just don't feel, something just doesn't feel right about this trip. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't identify like what was making me feel this way. Like, it wasn't even like pre-travel anxiety, which I've dealt with all my life. It was like this next level, like, I just have this gut-wrenching feeling right now that this is not the right thing to do. I don't know what's going on, but we turned the car around, we came back home, suitcases in the car, kids ready to go, excited to see their grandparents in the States, and told people about it, told both of our parents about, we just ditched our flights at the last minute, lost thousands of dollars on these flights, and everyone thought I was nuts. And then like a week later or 2 weeks later, the whole world went into lockdown, and it was just insane how that happened. Like, it almost felt like a premonition. Those who believe in divine providence, I really think there was something. So anyway, we didn't go, and I'm glad we didn't, because we may not have been able to return, or anything could have happened there. So anyway, that's just kind of I guess the long version of, like, we just weren't able to go back, and so here now, and I've been thinking about, the reason why I'm doing this video, other than just giving a personal update, is to say that I've been thinking a lot about motivation for language learning, because I had a massive language project planned for this year, with a big travel goal at the end of the year, and the whole thing is just like, I'm still gonna do this language project, but not having a definitive travel goal or travel expectation is really, it's really changing. Put it this way, it's affecting motivation. It's kind of, it's like, what if this shit goes on for years? What if we're kept in lockdown? What if borders are shut? What if this is like the birth of a new era? And this is something that there's something that has me thinking a lot, and in some ways concerned, in other ways kind of excited, I guess, about the change of the world, like how things are gonna how things may change. But what if that period that we had of international travel, of free movement, is a thing of the past? What if that's just not going to ever happen again, or not in our lifetimes? What if we were very lucky? And so I've been thinking about, like, this goal that I want to pursue. I have to sort of now pursue with the possibility in mind that I may never get to travel, or I may not for a very long time get to travel and use it. So that's and I'll share that language project in a future video, because I do have some ideas planned for that, despite the fact that I can't travel now. But yeah, is that something that I'd like to put that out as a question. Like, have you found that the question marks over travel, the question marks over the ability to go and actually, go to the place where the language is spoken and use it, and be able to see the fruit, the fruit of your hard work, has the fact that that's now got a big question mark over it, like, does that affect your ability to continue learning? Has that demotivated you to keep going? Yeah, because I've been talking with my wife a lot about this. Like, what if we have just returned to a period of national borders? What if we're returning to a new era of nationalism, where countries are going to be more isolated? It just seems to be heading in that direction, and I just think, like, if that's the case, like, we kind of have to. It's just going to take years to adjust for us, because we're so used to being nomads. We're so used to being able to freely move around, and if that's been taken away now. By the way, my whole position on this COVID thing, I've gone back and forth. Like, when it first happened, I was really frightened of it. Now I don't want to say I'm turning into a conspiracy theorist on the whole thing, but it just seems insane. Like, shutting down entire economies, the damage that we're doing to, like, my son's generation, my kids' generation, is just insanity. We are just not, this idea that we can prevent this natural occurrence, this pandemic. It may not even be a natural occurrence, it may be manufactured, but this idea that we can prevent this thing from destroying, from killing lots of people by clamping down. Like, we're actually causing more death by doing this. My mum actually lost her job. I know lots of people who have lost jobs, pilots, friends who are in various industries who are just going to be stacking shelves at the supermarket. They just don't have, there's just no possibility for them to continue in their career. I just think the devastation we're causing is just, it's just huge, and it's just probably, I think they've done it with the right motivation, but I think a lot of governments are going to come to regret this decision very quickly. Like, yeah. So still don't know where I actually stand on COVID. Like, is it just overblown hysteria? Is it really as bad as they say it is? I know I actually have friends now who have had coronavirus, and a week later feeling great, back to normal, back to work. And it's like, okay. Yeah, okay, there are people out there who are actually dying from it, but then there are like 99% of them or something, some crazy high percentage of people like are either asymptomatic or barely even experience it. So yeah, I don't know. Is all of this worth it? I don't know. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to put that question out to you. Like, have you found that this climate, this change, this new era that we live in, have you found that it is dampening your motivation and making you less interested in learning a foreign language? Is it going to just continue to decline? I've certainly had a lot more inquiries on my website. I've actually found that, like, the interest online in terms of people contacting me and engagement with my content and stuff like that has actually gone right up. I don't know if that's just because people are stuck at home with nothing to do, or maybe people are just learning online at home instead of going to a class or going to school. but that's been really interesting. But will that actually continue, you know, if this goes on for another 12 months? Yeah, so that's my update. So we're here in Australia. We're living here now for the duration of this thing until we're allowed to actually get back to the States, and I have to start all over again with my green card, with my residency. So that'll be fun. All right, guys,